Mataure from Greendale. Thank you for the comprehensive presentation. And I think we're getting more and more detail. It helps to understand and to explain to us what is actually happening. I have three short questions. The first one is that 68,059 meters were installed at a cost of $309 million. It would be good in your analysis to let us know how many people actually are being served. 68,000 meters installed. There should be a percentage of those who are getting better service, improved service, and those who are not getting service, just as the last speaker raised. Secondly, what is the projected rollout time? I think we cannot just throw figures out there. I understand the city is now trying to plan and get us prepared and also project the needs in the future. So that is very important to get the detail. What are some of the experiences that people are experiencing now, and how are those being dealt with? The second point related to water again is that of reservoirs. We have a situation at least in our particular part of the city, where the reservoir capacity is greater than how much the city can pump every week. We receive water ordinarily on a Friday, on a Saturday, Sunday, and possibly Monday. And there's always a problem. Once there's a breakdown anywhere, you can go for 2 or 3 weeks without water. Where and who is responsible for dealing with the reservoir space? Because I don't think we should just work almost on a hand to mouth. You harvest and you consume, but you don't have a buffer. It would be important to understand what the contingency is to build up a reserve or reserves of water strategically around the city, so that we do not have a situation where we totally run dry and everybody is running to the tankers which are all over, which are carrying 10, 15, 20,000 liters on the roads that are already damaged. My other point has to do with the issue of power. I think there's a lot of residents now are migrating to solar power. If there was a way in which the city could benefit, create a way in which the city would help residents net off their charges. Excess power, as it is now, there's probably a lot of power being generated, but it's not being utilized. Yet the city has to pay for pumping, and they owe ZESA. ZESA should actually be a recipient of the extra power that we have. So I think we need to think smart. We need to think realistically, and I think with what the city is doing now, with the turnaround plan and all the strategies, we now need to really create the synergies that are required. I think there's still some measure of silo approaches. And I didn't hear anybody in here introduce themselves as coming from ZESA. And ZESA is a major creditor, major stakeholder. So it would be good to have them here as a power utility to say, how can ZESA assist the city to cope with its power? ZESA gets water from you, their trucks are on the road, etc. But they are like a big giant which is ready to pounce on us. And yet it would be good to have that. Finally, I think when all is said and done, I want to commend the city for coming up with this format and also for being more open about information. I think you'll find that even the attitude within the residents changes, because we are part and parcel of what is going on. Thank you very much.